upcoming models in Detroit. We just here to get a little bit of information on her today. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Hi, my name is Joy Phillips. I am from Detroit, Michigan. I am a model. I act. I've been in several different movies. I model all the time. I'm in several different shows around Detroit, and I'm just trying to bring some shine to plus size.
Plus size models or plus size women in general?
Plus size women in general.
Okay, so let's just touch on that a little bit first, because I know that's something that that's really important to you. So, what made you want to be a model? Like, with the stigma of plus size models, and in the fashion world, a plus size model start at 12. So, like, in our world, that's still skinny. So, like, what made you want to jump into being a plus size model, and what gave you like the oomph to like say this is me, and you're gonna take it or leave it?
Well, growing up, I was I could say shy person. I was quiet, and I became outgoing and more into the public by being in a marching band. And from there, I just always said to be different. I didn't want to be with the crowd. I always had my own style, and I'm always going against the grain. So what they say that we can't do, that's what I'm gonna do.
Right, right. So, by going against the grain, I know you probably catch a lot of backlash and stuff like that. So, what do you say to the other plus size models that's kind of following in your footsteps? Like, what encouraging words do you give to them to make them want to continue to do it?
Keep going. Don't give up. I mean, anything in life is never gonna be easy. You gotta put in hard work, you gotta put in time, dedication, and you just gotta have the drive and the motivation to keep going.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. So, I looked over and I seen that nice button on your shirt. So we're gonna hop into some of the different stuff, different people that you work with in the city. So, just give us a little background history on designers you've worked with, or some of your favorite photographers, or some of your favorite places that you was able to shoot. The whole nine.
I have, of course, worked with Young Sir. I work with So Fluffy Creations. That's by Lisa Spence. I've shot with CSI. That's Shannon Creations Images. I've shot with Crave Photos. He's a photographer out of Greenfield Plaza. I walked in several different shows as far as Walk is RAWK. It was at St. Andrews in Detroit, Michigan. I worked Church Flow, the fashion show. It was basically showcasing plus size women and apparel that we could wear when we not look so, granny-ish. But, keep it classy, keep it clean. And then be able to wear it to church and out in the streets.
Okay. That's what's up. So let's just touch on some of the designers that you work with. Now, Lisa, I've worked with her several times as a designer, so I'm very familiar with her work. But let's just familiarize the people with her work. So what is it that she catered to that kind of caught your eye and made you want to work with her?
I've been chasing Lisa for maybe like 3 years before I actually started modeling with her, and it was a prior person I was dealing with, and they were a model for Lisa. Mm-hmm. So I just started latching on and seeing that nobody is really doing plus size modeling in the city where it's just reaching to the community and bringing people out. Mm-hmm. So I started paying attention to that, and I went to her meeting. I got accepted through the audition and broke my ankle that same day.
Oh wow! Oh wow! So did you still end up walking with a broke ankle, or you just
I waited? Give up on that? I mean, I had to give up for a minute, but it just kept me motivated. I laid in that bed and I said, I'm a model. When I get up, I'm gonna walk, I'm gonna run, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get this leg back right, and I'm a model. And since then, I chased Lisa. And at first, I think she's kind of like, some of these models out here, they say they want to model and they don't keep it up, but I follow my dream and I feel good and I feel accomplished, and it's always something to learn. And Lisa is like the perfect example of like who created me. Like, that's my look up to. That's my role model.
Okay, that's what's up. With that being said, I know that Lisa has worked with from kids to adults. Mm-hmm. So when you go to a show, what are you expecting from designers? Since you said you walked in several shows, mm-hmm. with several different designers. what do you expect when you go into these shows and you know?
I'm just there for the exposure, for the fun, for the crowd, for the lights, for just in general to be there. And I mean, it's just all fun to me. It's my passion, so it don't bother me if we get compensated or we don't. Some people worry about the wrong things. If it's your passion, it's gonna come to you.
Right. So, a lot of people in Detroit right now, they talking about the fashion scene and how things are going. And my question to you is like, well, first, have you been anywhere outside of Detroit to model to be able to compare Detroit in another place?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. So within the city of Detroit, and you walk for different producers for shows. Mm-hmm. What is Detroit lacking? Like, where can we pick it up at, and from your perspective as a model?
Coming together more in the community. We got to work together. If we ain't working together, we fighting each other.
So are you referring to like putting shows on together, like several producers coming together to put on one mega show? Or are you talking about several producers coming together to do some community service? Like, what exactly are we talking about?
All of that above sounds good to me. I mean, it's just got to be more. It's more like a competition. When it is a competition, don't get me wrong. Every individual is different, and everybody's being judged in different ways. But it's just so much riffraff going on, and this is the world period. But we just got to come together to get things done, or ain't nobody gonna really shine.
By coming together, we create other doors that we may not been able to create by ourselves. Mm-hmm. And I think people lose the essence of that because money get involved, politics get involved, egos get involved, and then we kind of lose perspective. So I can feel where you're coming from on that. Being a producer myself of shows, so we always want to get the perspective of the models to see where they're coming from and where we can improve at. So, moving forward, what shows do you have coming up in the latter part of this year?
I am in Lush. That is a fashion show. It is Easter Sunday.
Okay.
Any other shows? I am doing a anti-bullying video. It's a video shoot. It's in Ohio. I think it's Cincinnati, Ohio. It's May 27th, and it's basically I'm gonna shine on a plus size because it's basically whatever you've been through in your life and you've been bullied on, you get to showcase that and you get to have a positive rebuttal. And it's basically sending your message and letting your word be heard.
So I know that Young Sir just had their launch party a couple weeks back, and so we're gonna touch on that a little bit and just touch on your experiences with Young Sir and where you want to go with Young Sir.
Young Sir was actually, I believe, the first show I ever walked in, and it just made me really say I can do this. I see kids walking at this show. When I say tearing it down, tearing it down. And if a kid could walk in the show with no bias, why not be an adult and step out?
Right.
And Young Sir has really, gave me my little label. A lot of people, I ran into other people at meetings, and they don't know where they know me from. But as soon as I got up and put on that jacket, oh, that's where I know you from. That's a good look. I mean, that's a good look.
Right. So basically, you working for the brand, but the brand is also working for you because you guys are basically building each other up in a sense. So when people see Young Sir, they think of you because they probably seen you in some promotional stuff, and then it kind of sparks a different conversation where it opens up other doors for you. And that's what branding is about. If you're going to walk for a brand, it should be able to open up doors for you as well as you open up doors for that brand. We talked about being a plus size model in the industry. We talked about some of the designers that you work with. We talked about some of the different photographers and events that you do. But what is some stuff personally that you want to work on for the rest of the year? Like, are you trying to get into some more community service? Are you trying to start mentoring, younger girls who may be going through the same thing that you went through? Are you trying to tell a story? Are you trying to create a picture? Like, what is Joy trying to do for the rest of this year?
Joy is trying to basically create a path and ask for people to just pay attention and follow being yourself. I mean, there's nothing like no. I mean, can nobody mimic you? And in the game of plus size, it's not about what size you are. It's about who you are. And as far as me, I want to get out, brand myself more, do more out of town associations, um, and basically that's about it. I'm just running. I'm just basically learning as much as I can. I like to take things slow before I just run out of town or do this and do that. I take it slow and I learn as much as I can from everybody that I can. That's why I'm so big up on networking.
So, who are some of your mentees in the game? You talked about learning as much as you can. You know, as far as you are right now in this model world, who are some of the people besides Lisa? I know we talked about that you kind of model yourself after, or kind of looked at them and say, "Hey, I want to, kind of go in the same direction."
Lady J. Lady J from Kiss My Curves. I'm in Kiss My Curves too.
Okay.
She is a big role model in the game. I went to her training class. She is awesome. I can't think of his last name, but I walked with him in Miss Kenyatta's show. It was the walk show. His name is Emmanuel. He was our model trainer. And I've never been a person for heels, but I trip slipped, almost fell. It took two people to hold me up. But this man taught me heels. And I want to say I love you for that. And that made I got up this morning and I almost cried because I walked around the house in heels. I'm not a person to walk in heels, and I had 2 surgeries on my ankle. Okay, so that was a big accomplishment for me.
Okay, so just to wrap things up, at the end of the day, we need to remind people, we are people too. Mm-hmm. And sometimes people lose that essence in the model world, especially as your name gets a little bit bigger. People are quicker to critique you and say bad things about you. So how do you deal with that and keep moving on with your career?
With good, it comes bad. And with the bad comes the ugly. And it's just life. It's take and give. I mean, it's constructive criticism. You got to take it in stride. Don't per se let it affect you, but let it improve you. Let you learn from that mistake or whatever that flaw that this person may think you have. Learn from that and move on. If it don't affect you and it don't apply to you at heart, just let it be.
Okay, well, y'all heard it here first at City Stitch. If it don't affect you, let it be. This is Hope signing off on another successful interview with Miss Joy Phillips, and we'll see you guys next time.